Okay, this past Sunday was by far the longest Sunday, actually by far the longest day I've ever experienced in my life. Not literally, I guess. My hair is everywhere. But I honestly have not ever... Oh, the light changed. I've never honestly ever felt a day being that long ever before. And why is that? Well, if you for some reason saw my last vlog, then you would know, or at least you could guess. I was woken up on the Sunday, early-ish in the morning, not early in the morning, around 12 I think, and I was told it's happened, your grandma is no more. And I remember I started crying a bit, but I don't think I actually understood. And I got the offer of going up there, or going up to my grandparents and seeing her. And I get a lot of people want to do that, but I chose not to that day because I didn't want to admit the fact that she was no longer alive. And it's been a long week. Right now it's Wednesday, I think. But honestly, that Sunday felt like it lasted for over a month. It felt like forever. At the end of the day, I remember sitting at this very desk thinking, is it really true that less than 12 hours ago she was alive? Yesterday, I spoke with her. I hugged her. I told her I loved her and she told me that she loved me too. And I'm very glad I got to see her the last day and that we got to say that and then we got to hug. But I did get to spend a lot of time with her these last weeks. So that's the thing. I'm not even sure why I would make videos talking about it, but in a way I feel like I have to. Not have to, but I feel like I'm getting some kind of... I don't know. I actually don't know. I'm getting some kind of expressing myself in a way. And I feel like I have to do that before I can get back to making normal videos, before I can... Because I haven't done that very well in like 3 weeks, and I wanted to do more. I wanted to do a lot more than I was doing already, but I was a little busy because the last 3 weeks have been very, very busy considering her health situation. She died of kind of cancer. Is that a little personal? I don't know. No, it's not. It was cancer in a way, but it also, like, you could say that the medications were the dagger and the cancer was the killer. She died because of cancer, but she died peacefully in a way. Well, she fell asleep. You can say it like that. She slept in, and now she's resting somewhere else. And I keep struggling with the fact that she's no longer here. I can't say up to grandma and grandpa. I don't know what to say. I can't say that anymore. It's just up to grandfather's place and say hi and stuff. But she's no longer there. And I remember seeing her bed empty, because I did go up there after they had taken her away. And it was weird. It was empty. She was no longer there. And somehow a part of me felt a little like, oh, she's not there, but she'll be back soon. And then I realized, no, she won't. And that sucks. So it's been a little tough. I have no idea how I'm actually dealing, because part of me is kind of accepting it, because she was sick for a long time, and a part of me is accepting the fact that it has to be this way, life has to end, and she was no longer in a state of being able to enjoy life. She was very sick. But at the same time, it's like, I miss her. I wish we could still talk and do stuff. And yeah. Go on adventures like we used to when I was a kid. So, I don't know. The grandchildren were a really big part of our life. And I am not the oldest. I'm the second oldest. But the oldest has not. He's been living a bit further away for a while. So, in a way, I kind of represent the grandchildren at this point, because a lot of them are a bit young to being able to express themselves. And also, apparently, I'm good with words. Which is ironic, because in this situation I've never felt like I could not fetch. I've never felt this much before, that I couldn't fetch the right words to make justice of exactly how she was and how I felt of her and stuff. But somehow we have sorted most of the things about the funeral out. It's gonna be in a few days, and I have never been to a funeral before, and I'm not very excited. And I really wish it would never happen in a way, but at the same time I think it will be almost good to be over with this, because it has been a very, what can I say, it's been a very demanding thing, having her be ill and wanting her not to be ill and knowing where it's heading and wondering will she have a small upswing before the inevitable end. And in a way, when all of this is over and settled and things move back to somewhat a normal pace, then I think it will be with peace that we move on, knowing how it was. And that, I have no idea if that made any sense. I'm not trying to be very poetic or anything, I'm out of my mind. My mind is lost and I feel odd. I don't feel like I'm really where I'm supposed to be within my mind. And I think that's why poets are so weird. Because they're just not really home. Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm not expecting to be able to do anything really good, like video-wise, until next week, honestly. The funeral will be on a Friday. And I am expecting it to be quite the sad day. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I just want to have some time. Is that weird? I don't know. Something that bothers me is that one of the last things that happened was the fact that a few weeks ago I promised her that I would make her an audiobook, because she was having issues with reading because her eyesight was getting worse. And I remember I promised her, I'm gonna make you an audiobook so you can listen to some of the things that I've written, and I made it. I wrote it, I read it, I recorded it and edited it, and I gave it to her the Saturday before she died. The day before she died. And she never got to hear it, I think. I know they played it, but I don't think she was very conscious. And I feel a little regretful that I didn't get it done sooner. I know I can change it though, so I think that's why I'm almost holding up with it. But I wish she could have heard it, but at least she knew that it was done. The last thing I did was not to break a promise to her. And that helps me a little bit. In a way I could say that it ended in the best way it could possibly do. She got to die in her own home as she wished, with her loved ones around her, and she got to die without any pain, as far as we know. So, I don't know. This is a sad video, and it has been a really sad week, and it will continue to be a sad week, and then maybe next week when it's all over, maybe it will feel a little less sad, and then the day after that it might feel a little less sad again, and then it might feel a lot sadder, and then maybe we'll go back to be less sad. I don't know. I've never ever had really lost someone before. Yes, I've known people that died, but I've never truly lost someone, and I've never been to a funeral, and it's not like I want it to be, but because it has to be, then I am happy that it had to be this way. So yeah. I met with a priest today, with my family, some of them at least, and we discussed a few things, and we got to talk a bit about her so he could know what to say in the funeral, and I got to say a few things on behalf of me and also kind of on behalf of the grandchildren, and it was nice being able to talk about memories and to be able to just laugh a little bit, because there are lots of good memories, lots of good and fun memories. There's not a lot of memories that you could cry about, because she was a wonderful, wonderful lady, and yeah. I will miss her a lot. I already am. But as it's gonna say on the flower things, she was eternally, wonderfully loving. And we will never forget her. And I don't know. I just felt like I had to make a video saying this, because it would feel good for me to be able to say it out loud, because I've been kind of avoiding it. So. My grandma died Sunday, April 5th, 2015. We all miss her a lot, but we will remember her with a smile, because she was a wonderful, wonderful lady. So yeah. Next time I make videos, hopefully they will not be as sad and depressing, but this is life. This is the very last part of life. and it must be accepted gracefully. Okay. Bye.